What is up, guys? Lunchbox5930 here, and we got a new Bushiroad card game in the works called Rebirth for You. We had some news and some promo art during the summer Bushiroad presentations, plus an anime announced for Rebirth for You, and we were told that we're going to have a live stream on September 18th. Yes, I am late to the party because it is currently the 21st as of filming and writing this. But anyways, I'm going to condense the entire stream into one single video so we could each make the informed decision if picking up this game is a good idea. Anyways, let's get on with it. In this video over here, I talked about the first couple of Rebirth for You news. I will reiterate those points right here so you don't have to go over there and watch it. Although it would be nice if you went to go watch that video, but hey, no pressure. The first couple of trial decks will be released in March 2020, so that is actually quite a long ways to go. In Japan. Here is a card back, here is a type of card, and these are the main characters. Yes, they all look like you know who. And here's the field. This is what we are going to be playing with. And in this stream, they did explain what each area of the map does. Alright, let's get into the new stuff. Here are all the characters and the voice actors of all the characters that will be in the anime. I won't go into their names, just know that this is Yuki, this is Judy. I will be forming a Yutaka defense force if anybody bullies her. Saya's straight bait, but we all know that there's only one Saya for me. And Shuko is the worst one. Get that rabies infected shit out of here. These characters are broken up into two different schools, and each school has two teams, and there is an extra team with legendary Rebirth TCG players. How could there be a legendary team if the game isn't even out yet? That, my friends, is what we call plot development. Here is the legendary team. Tebasaki High School has Team A and Team B, and St. Panda's Girls' School has Team C and Team D. How did this get on there? The anime will be out in January 2020, and it will have 50 episodes. It is a short anime, so it's not going to be like Vanguard where they're going to have like full 20 to 30 minute episodes. It's going to be like 10 to 15 minutes long each. The girls were there and they were like asked questions and were like talking and shit. I do not care. The theme song will actually have all 12 characters, which is a lot. No one is getting a solo pretty much. And of course, they sang the song live in person at the actual presentation. This isn't another idol group, is it? Also, no real life squirrel, officially ass. Also, the song kind of sucks as well. Okay, enough with the anime. Let's get into the actual card game. We were given 5 points in this presentation. Speedy, dynamic, rebirth, partner, and cute. All these by themselves mean literally nothing to me, but we're gonna go each slide one by one. Speedy, each turn will last about 1 minute to 3 minutes, which, like, oh, okay. And an average game is 10 to 15 minutes. Oh, wow, okay. That is like super fast. It's like getting OTK'd in Yu-Gi-Oh, but like every single game. So the next slide is when they show us the field. The green is called the entry zone and the red is called the retire zone. If you get 7 cards into your retire zone, you lose. Kind of like Weiss in Vanguard and a reverse Pokemon. The back 3 rows are explained later, but keep those in mind. On the dynamic slide, players do not need to pay a cost to play cards into the entry zone, which is interesting because you can just play cards. They actually explain how you play the cards into your entry zone a little later, but remember, there is no cost to pay. So what does all this mean? Once a card is in the entry zone, it leaves the field, you get the next card from the top of your deck and you play it into your entry zone. When a card leaves your entry zone, it gets to your damage, so that's how you end up losing the game. So if the top card of your deck is actually a rebirth card, they did explain this a little later, when it gets played onto your entry zone, it goes to a special side area, kind of like a climax zone, but that's getting a little ahead of ourselves. That's how you get cards onto the field. So, this is a little more random than Weiss, like, holy shit. But again, we will have to wait and see how the actual card game is played out. Speaking of games, there's actually an old game called Victory Spark Versus that Bushiroad used to own. It's actually a dead TCG now, and they're trying to bring it back. This is actually a revamped version of that card game. They did mention in the summer live stream that this is a rebirth of a certain card game. I thought it was Weiss because the field looked very familiar and it's similar, but looking at the actual like PV that they showed of the card game, they're showing people playing Victory Spark Versus. But honestly, at the time, I had no idea this card game existed. So the field is the same, but we don't really know if it's 100% the same game. Looks like there are a couple things that are moved around and different. From what I gathered, because I have been watching videos of how to play Victory Spark Versus, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? But anyways, this looks like a very simplified version and very like streamlined version of Victory Spark Versus. Alright, Rebirth cards. They're kind of like climaxes. They are the sideways cards, and like I mentioned, when they're played from your entry zone, they move to the special climax zone, Rebirth zone. And you get another character from the top of your deck onto the field. And Rebirth cards have extra effects, kind of like climax combos, but we have to wait and see what those effects are. Alright, partners. These back 3 fields are your partners, and that is one key difference from Victory Spark Versus, because these cards are not part of your deck. The back 3 cards they're not in your deck. You could kind of think of them as J-Rulers in Force of Will, or your Buddy and Buddy Fight, or what is that card called? One sec. Leader. Or your leader in Dragon Ball Super. I couldn't remember what the fuck that was. So unlike this game, Victory Spark Versus, you could move the cards that was in your entry zone into your back row, kind of like your bench, but this is like permanent. So just like those card games I mentioned, these cards are not part of your deck. The last slide is cute, and all the characters in this game are chibi characters. All of them. If you're like me and you're not so hot on the actual character designs, but you want to try out the game, it's Bushiroad. Come on. You knew they were gonna do this. Collab titles will be featured in Rebirth for You. Fuck, I hope it's nothing. They want my money. I hope it's nothing that I actually want. So the series confirmed right now are Rebirth for You, Girls Band Pico. Fuck, that's how they got me with Buddy Fight. Isekai Quartet. God, no! Review Starlight, Gochi Usa, and oh my god, Toho. I'm in! Fuck it, I gotta get Girls Band Pico, Isekai Quartet, and Toho now. Damn it. Rebirth for You, Girls Band Pico, Isekai Quartet, and Toho will have their trial decks out on March 19th. Rebirth for You and Girls Band Pico will have their booster packs in April. Isekai Quartet and Toho will have them in spring. Review Starlight and Gochiusa are still to be announced. Each deck in the trial deck will have 53 cards, 50 main deck cards, and 3 partner cards, a mat, and they will be 1,000 yen each. Oh, those import fees are gonna hurt. So, my personal thoughts, it seems like an okay game. It is a modified version of Victory Spark Versus, which I have never played, but it was made by the dude who created Weiss, so I'll give it a shot. So in the last couple of years, Bushiroad has dropped a total of 3 card games: Luck and Logic, Dragoborn, and Chaos TCG. I'm pretty sure it's only those 3 as of now. If there are more, I know they've killed a lot of card games, but if there's more in the last couple of years, that just let me know in the comments below. So yeah, Luck and Logic, Dragoborn, and Chaos TCG actually being the most recent, and it was discontinued, I believe, in February of 2019, which is this year. I'm sure they want another game to replace those, and this is their answer. I will give this game a shot. I will invest in Isekai Quartet. I'll probably get the TD and a booster box when they come out, and we'll see what happens. I am excited to see what comes out of this game. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm Lunchbox5930 with Casually Weiss Schwarz, and I will see y'all in the next video. What is up, guys? Welcome to End Slate. Yeah, this has been a video I've been waiting to make. I've been writing the script and like just studying up on like the history of Versus, Victory Spark Versus, and just looking up the translations to this card game, just making sure I'm getting all my information right. And it does seem neat. It seems extremely random because you can't actually play cards like on the field. They have to be from the top of your deck. We're gonna have to wait and see how the actual rules are. If it's anything like Victory Spark Versus, which it doesn't seem like it is, Victory Spark Versus is fucking confusing as shit. Like, I'll link a video in the description about a YouTuber that I actually discovered and I found, and he's really, really good. He's very knowledgeable about his stuff. I'll link it in the description below, but it seems very confusing, and it looks like they're bringing this back, but they're simplifying the rules. With the actual collaborations, they might be pushing this game a little harder than, let's say, Weiss. Like, I'm sure they're not going to give up on Weiss. Like, Weiss is, I think, like the 4th biggest card game in Japan right now, but they're going to start pushing this more and more, try to get more people interested. And hey, Girls Band Pico, they got me into Buddy Fight. They're gonna get me into this. Isekai Quartet, Toho, come on. And we'll see I will be in Japan in November, so unfortunately I won't be able to pick up a trial deck, but as soon as it comes up, maybe on 1999, I will put in a pre-order, get my stuff, and hey, we're gonna be good. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This has been Lunchbox 5930, and I'll see y'all in the next one.